Hello everyone, welcome to the next chapter video where I'm going to do a quick take on the differences between Japan and Italy. So, I just got back from a trip to Milan, and it's my second time to Italy. And of course, I don't know Italy very well. I haven't spent much time there. So this is a pretty superficial look or comparison between Italy and Japan. But that's the thing about traveling, is that you notice things that they just jump out at you that are different from culture to culture. And so visiting Italy, there were certain things that I noticed and thought, wow, okay, this is very different from Japan and, well, different from America as well, where I come from. So as you listen to these three things I'm going to talk about, think about where you are, and does that more resemble the Italian side of things or the Japanese side of things? Okay, so these three things are not superficial, food or architecture or anything like that. I mean, those are obvious. These are more social things that immediately struck me. The first one is loitering. Italy seems to be kind of a loitering culture. Just people standing on the street, talking, smoking, having a break, just chilling with their friends or with a drink in their hand. There's nothing wrong with this. It's just striking how different it is here, where when you encounter people on the street, they're moving, they're going somewhere, they're going from point A to point B, and the only place you ever really see loitering is in front of a station where people are on their smartphones waiting for a friend or something like that. But otherwise, you just don't see it here. That's the first thing. The second thing, talking about the aforementioned tobacco, smoking on the street. I have friends here in Japan that complain about how much smoking still goes on here in restaurants, etc. And my thought to them is, you better not move to Italy, because it's way, way more prevalent there. People are still walking on the street, just smoking. I smelled it all over the place. Incredibly common. So yeah, if you don't like smoking, Japan is certainly ahead of Italy. Finally, people really look at you in Italy on the street. Now, Japanese people by and large seem to have developed, at least those in the big cities like Tokyo and Yokohama, have developed a sort of bubble that they don't pay attention to things around them. So when you walk down the street in Japan, people will glance at you, if that. And any number of times I've passed by people I know who just didn't notice that I was there. And you can make jokes about that, pretending to notice I wasn't there. Yeah, maybe, but there's been plenty of situations where I've talked to the person and they were genuinely surprised, like, oh, I didn't even see you the other day. Really? You saw me? And it might be just a defense mechanism, living in a big city like Tokyo, you're overwhelmed by the crowds all the time and you just don't pay attention to them. And also it's probably a safety thing. I mean, I find I look at people because I'm trying to be aware of who's around me and what's going on. And in Italy, you certainly have to be aware of your surroundings in that way. Japan is spoiled in that it's in many ways unnecessary. You don't have to pay attention to people that way. But in Italy, I'm walking down the street and men would look, there'd be a reaction. You could tell they were looking at you. You could tell that they were paying attention, and it wasn't just a quick glance or something. Same for women. They'd actually look at you, and even facial expression might change. So I know it sounds like something really subtle, and it is something really subtle, but it definitely stood out because it is readily apparent that people don't really look at you when you're walking around Tokyo, Yokohama. So that's just 3 social items that I found to be different in Milan versus here in Yokohama, or more generally Italy versus Japan. So which one sounds more like where you're from? Let me know in the comments, and if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you want to get more, and I'm going to continue producing videos, putting them out every Friday. In fact, I'm planning on doing another one like this because I've been to Singapore recently as well, and I'm going to do a quick take on differences Japan and Singapore, so look for that one as well. Catch you on the next one.